Right, hello again guys, it's another Sunday, it's another end of the month, and it's time for another pickup. So let's just move my beer out of the way. So, cheers to all, just enjoying a nice coffee Guinness. For those that haven't tried it, really nice beer, recommended. Anyway, let's get on to the pickups. Well, first of all, this one, if anyone doesn't watch Retro Games on YouTube, which is a shop, a good store actually, and once a week, Jason on Retro Games does a little sort of update on all the new stock they've got. And anybody that comments, you don't have to comment hardly anything at all. But if anybody makes a comment, then he does a raffle the following week to win a prize. Prizes are all random. There's nothing amazing. But yeah, randomly pick a prize winner. And on this particular week, I came up trumps. So that was about 3 weeks ago. And the prize, he did say it was a rubbish prize that particular week, but it wasn't for me actually. It's quite good because Beachhead 2 I haven't got. I hope that's focusing in okay. Yeah, I haven't got this game, and it was on the Spectrum, which is quite a bonus because obviously I've got the Spectrum, so it's one I can play. Because he said it was a rubbish prize. He said he popped something else in there, and that was the other thing you put in, which is quite cool actually. Didn't know they did a publication back in the day. This is 2001, so not vintage or anything, but you can see in there. Basically, there's lots of Pong clones and things, which sort of interest me. So yeah, nice little thing to get for free. So yeah, that was all part of my prize there. So yeah, nice to win something. And then we've got, this is probably one of the early pickups, Solomon's Key, which is a game I used to really like back in the day. So I was looking forward to receiving that, but at the moment I can't get it to load. I think the obviously my +2 is out of action, and I think the Spectrum Next is a bit temperamental on some games. So I'm hoping when I eventually get my +2A repaired, I'll be able to play that. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm out of luck for the moment. And on the subject of which, I don't know what to do with the +2A, because I think to repair it, it's probably going to be £60 plus, and I think I could probably pick up the computer only and use my existing PSU. I think it'd be similar price to get a decent one, just a computer, so it might be cheaper to replace it than to repair it. So that's another dilemma, but yeah, something I'm thinking about at the moment. Anyway, back to pickups. So then we got this one. I don't want to go too close, so I'd be cutting off top and bottom. But yeah, Grand Prix Simulator 2, which was a good one. I used to always like top-down racing games, and this one was a good fun one actually. It was better than the first Grand Prix Racer or Grand Prix Simulator, and I've been after it for a long time. It seems quite uncommon actually, this one, which I wouldn't have expected. But yeah, it's eventually came up. I think I got it for about £4.50. So yeah, that's a good game for that money. Oh, almost knocking McGuinness over. Right. Then, in a similar vein, I also picked up this one, which is another one I used to really enjoy back in the day, which is Jet Ski. Yeah, it's Jet Ski Simulator. I get confused because there was also Jet Bike Simulator from Codemasters. Same game, just different cover. The Jet Bike one had a double dual case, and it was multi-load. And then, I don't know why they renamed it, but yeah, they renamed it to Jet Ski Simulator and put it all on a single load for the +2 at least. So, yeah, is that focusing in? I don't know. But yeah, good game that one. So that was another nice one. I think I only paid about £3 postage for that, so that was a really good deal. And this one was actually a free gift, so I've done quite well this month. This is from our good friend Sega Zombie, Scott, and he picked up a bunch of games, and this one was among them. And yeah, I asked him how much he was after for Bruce Lee, and he said, "Oh, I'll just send it down to you, don't worry about it." And yeah, I said, "Yeah, let me at least, give you something and pay postage." And he said, no, he insisted on it. So yeah, really kind of him. Brilliant game. So if you're watching this, thank you, Scott. Really appreciate that. A really kind gesture, and yeah, it makes it extra special. And I was playing this a couple of nights ago, actually, really good. Love Bruce Lee. Probably one of the classics on a ZX Spectrum. Then we've got, anyone that knows me already knows that I am collecting the Pac-Man clones on the Spectrum. So there we've got a few of these. That's Gobbleman. The only problem with this, again, I said the Spectrum Next is a bit fussy to load some cassettes, and this one I can't get it to load. So I'm hoping it does work, but at the moment at least I can't load it. So I haven't played that yet. I think I did have that back in the day, but I'm not sure. This is quite cool. worst artwork of any game I own. But I saw Spooky Man. I thought, well, you know, with the Spooky and the Man, I thought it's got to be a Pac-Man clone, surely, and it is. This one does load, and yeah, I've been playing. It's really short load on this. I mean, look at that. I think it's only about a minute and 10 seconds or something. But it's actually quite a good game. Basic, but it's pretty decent. So yeah, that's a fun one for the collection. The old Pac-Man clones. And this one you'll have seen before because it was in last month's pickups. Maze Man. But the one I picked up last time, it was water damaged. It had all stains inside, and the cassette sounded really weird when I went to load it. So I was doing an order in Retro Games, so I thought, well, they had this for, can't remember if it was £2 or £2.50, but I thought I'd get another one. So yeah, hopefully that'll be okay. I haven't tried to reload that version yet. And this was also from retrogames.co.uk, £5, Pakakuda, which there are actually two artwork versions of this game, strangely. You've got this one, the white one, and the other one is like a red cover with a different picture on the front. And I wanted the red cover, I was holding out for it. And of course, as is always the way, just after I bought this one, somebody was selling the red cover version for £2 on Sinclair for sale. But I thought, I'm not going to start getting duplicates. I know a lot of people collect variations, but I thought, no. It's a good game, but it's not a brilliant game to want two copies of it. And it does load, it plays, but it's a little bit glitchy, that one. It plays quite well, but now and again it sort of gets stuck with the controls, which is a bit annoying. So not one of the best ones, but yeah, it's good for the collection. And in a similar vein, you've got this one. This is as well from my Retro Games order, which just was only £1. I don't know what Mutations game is, because this is obviously a twin pack. But the one for the road game is a Pac-Man clone game with cars. So yeah, I thought for £1, that's a good one to grab. And the last one from that particular order is this one, which I was going to buy from Spain. I saw somebody advertising it, a Spanish seller. And I looked on Retro Games and it was on there actually a bit cheaper. And I think it's quite a rare game, which is this one, Robot Riot, which it is kind of Pac-Man clone-ish, but it's quite a different game actually. It's a bit interesting. I might even do a video of this one. It's kind of reverse Pac-Man, but yeah, there's more to it than that. And yeah, it's a lot better than what you'd expect. So that's that one. Then we've got, this one did come from Spain, and that is Carlos Sainz Rally. And a few of you will probably be thinking, oh, that sounds like the Formula One driver. And that's because this is the Formula One driver's dad. Back in the 90s, he was a famous rally driver. And this game is actually really good, really nice on the Spectrum top-down racing. And if you've got an Amstrad CPC, you definitely need to hunt this one down because it looks incredible on the CPC. I must admit, I've got a bit of CPC envy seeing that running. It really did look nice. So, but yeah, the Spectrum version is good as well, so I'm happy to have that. And I did prefer the big box over the dual case version of it. So a little bit squashed, but not too bad. They're really thin boxes, these. So condition's quite decent. So yeah, pleased to receive that. Then we've got a BBC game, which I'm not going to be buying many of these, but it's nice to add a few to the collection. This was a good game, and the artwork on here is, for me personally, I think that's beautiful artwork. That's Striker's Run, which is probably a bit boring to play now, I expect. I used to enjoy it, but it's not, I don't think it's too actiony. So, but for the price, and this is one of the few games where you got a enhanced version for the BBC Master as well. I think there are only about 5 games that did that. But yeah, my disk drive does need cleaning on the BBC Master, so can't play it yet, but hopefully it'll all work. If you see a disk missing, it's because it's in the drive. I did try. I was trying to load, but it just wouldn't quite load it. So hopefully when I clean it, it will load up. But yeah, really nice. I like the sort of these sort of wallet cases of the old BBC disc games as well. So that's that one. I won't be having many BBC games, I doubt, but if I see good ones like that, I'll grab them. Anyway, now we've got a couple of homebrews, which the first one is Hack and Cast. Haven't played this yet, but I have played the other one that came with it. But yeah, this is sort of a dungeon crawler. It looks quite good. A sort of slow, methodical type game. But yeah, nice box on that. I do like a nice box game like that one. So this was I don't think you can buy this now, Fusion Retro Books, and it was part of a pre-order add-on for the Crash Annual. But yeah, if you do get a chance of it, I'm sure it's very good. I will do a video at some point when I get around to playing that. This one I've done a video of already, which is the other one from the same order, and that's Mr. Hare and a Kitty Catacombs. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely look it up, because this is a brilliant game. Really, really good, by Lee Chop Stevenson. And loving that. Well, it's actually on in the background at the moment, because I'm trying to work my way through it at the moment, so I'm gradually getting further through each time. But yeah, really, really good game. Then we've got two, one of which I've used to have when I was a kid, and the other one I've never played. The first one I had, which is this one, The Untouchables, really good game, but another one I've been meaning to pick up for a long time. And nice boxes, these. And this was really cheap. I think I paid £5. £5. I think it was £5 delivered. But yeah, it's a good fun game. It's a lot harder than I remember, but it's good fun. Sort of a platformy type game. And the other one, which people always seem to rave about, and I've never played it. I think it was quite late in 1989. So I had my Spectrum then, but never saw this back in the day. I never played it, but I did try playing it last night a bit, and yeah, it's take a bit of figuring out. It's a bit complicated to get into, but it did seem quite interesting actually. I was getting into it a bit, so I wasn't going to read the book because I'm sure there's a couple of languages in here, but yeah, you can see if I see a little instruction manual like that, then I'm probably not going to read it. So yeah, that went straight back in the box. But yeah, some people say that's one of the best games on the Spectrum, and it was on other platforms as well. It was on the C64, I think CPC, and maybe some others. And from what I understand, it was quite a different game on each platform, interestingly. But apparently, each game was really good in its own right. So yeah, that's that one. Then we've got a couple of Spectrum Next games, which is quite nice to receive because I haven't bought a new Spectrum Next game in ages. First one is Shovel Adventure, which if you want to see gameplay of that, Scott Sega Zombie has done a sort of a first impressions of that game. I'm probably holding these too high. I'm used to having a square video screen, but I think I'll put it on widescreen this time. So yeah, apologies if I'm cutting off the artwork. But yeah, nice little arcade sort of puzzly game. Looks really cool. It's sort of got a bit of kind of Bomberman, not Bomberman, yeah, Bomberman and Lode Runner type elements in it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. I'll probably play that either tonight or tomorrow because these are my weekends off are Sundays and Mondays. And the other one, which was also from Team Pat Morita, I'm probably holding these too close now. Lost Temples, which looks kind of like either Wonder Boy or Alex Kidd type game. So I think that's going to be a good one as well, hopefully. So yeah, two nice new Spectrum Next games. So that would be cool to play. I think it's going to be a good year for the Spectrum Next because obviously Kickstarter 2 gets released in a few months' time, I think. And I think then there'll be quite a few new games coming for it. Anyway, the last three games on the list are TI-99 games, which is really cool because I don't often get a chance to pick up these. This is one I used to have when I was a kid, which I used to really, really love. It's called Hopper. And there was a game on the Spectrum which was a little bit like it, which I played later. I think it was called Pengu, something like that. I think it was that one. But you're a kangaroo and you're basically pushing little square blocks around trying to squash the enemies and trap them in and what have you. But yeah, it's a cool game. I used to really like it. So nice to have that back and nice condition because I think I've mentioned before, these old TI-99 boxes did used to get quite squashed up. So it's a shame because the person that was selling them, I was planning on buying quite a few from that guy, but I got outbid on almost everything. So yeah, but at least I got some. Next one is Jawbreaker 2. Don't think there was a Jawbreaker 1, which is a bit weird. A bit like Protector 2 on the TI-99 as well. But you would imagine it's going to be kind of a Pac-Man-y game, but it's not actually. It's nothing to do with that. It's a completely unique game, and I don't think it's on any other platforms either. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one, and it's a good fun game. I used to enjoy playing this one. So again, I might do a video on that at some point. It would only need to be a short video because there's not loads to it, but it's good fun. And then, well, I say lastly, there is one other. This is the other one I picked up on a TI-99, which is amazing. The game isn't amazing, but it is amazing. Well, it was. It's myself and my sister used to love playing this when we were kids because you can have one or two players and it's a cool game for its day. You were in, I don't know if you can see that, you were in the little mazes there, and your own characters were mice, and you'd have the cats trying to catch you. But you could change the behaviour of the cats. There were a lot of options in it, and you could make the mazes more simple or more complicated. And you could also have like a fog of war effect where you could only see where you were going as you moved around. So it was a cool game, and I really like the artwork. It brings back a lot of memories for me. So yeah, I was very happy to get that one. Probably not one of the higher regarded games, I doubt, on the TI-99, but it's a highly regarded game for me. So that's that. And then the one I almost forgot, which was from the same seller, is, I think it's here. I did a video of it the other day. Yeah, there we go. Donkey Kong, Atari Soft. Really, really cool conversion, this one. So that, yeah, I got 4 from the same seller. Actually, it was the same seller that I bought previously, the Miner 2049 of the previous month. So I think they were clearing out all of their TI-99 stock. But yeah, it's just a real shame I didn't get some of the other games he was selling, because there were a couple of my absolute favourite games on the system, and I think they're quite rare. One of them was, what was it? The Bigfoot. Bigfoot was a really cool game. That was an exclusive TI-99 game, and it was a little bit like Donkey Kong, but quite different to that. He had that on there, but unfortunately that was one of the first games which was finishing on the auction, so I didn't want to go over the top with the bidding. And if I'd realised how few games I was going to win, I would have gone to town on that one. But yeah, there we are. So I'll keep an eye out for that in the future. But anyway, I think that's everything of my pickups. The other random things I got as well, hardware wise, I got that tape loader to use on the Spectrum Next, which works quite well, but I got it as well in mind to use on the BBC Master there, so I'll use it for both. But I also picked up that little individual cassette player, which seems to be more consistent actually on the Spectrum Next. So yeah, that's that, and yeah, I think that's everything. So yeah, I'll finish up the video there. I will be on Nerdy Geezer's Micromaniacs again on March the 5th, if you wanted to tune into that. That'd be good to see a few familiar faces there. And Sunday, so don't forget, Retro Chef Swap Shop, Sunday Swap Shop will be on later, so I might see some of you guys in the chat. But anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll catch you another time, and that is all.